Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you how to be courageous to actually find the true self. We often get into, when we're young, we tend to do so many things that we're not fearful of, but fear gets in our way as we grow up. My name is Pria. I'm very passionate about sharing positivity, empowering others to live their life to their fullest. We're all creators. We have the capability to create our life the way we want. So let's make it beautiful together. Let's dive in. So today's topic, I wanted to really talk about being courageous to truly know who you are, to really get in touch with that true higher self. A lot of us, when we grow up, when we are toddlers, when we're baby, we're so into that exploring mode, finding out how things work, very curious, and we're so courageous to actually try things new. And we're so playful as well. If we fall down, we get up, we laugh. If we have some babies do cry when they get hurt, but then they forget about it right away, and they're trying to do the next new thing right in front of them. So we grow up doing that. We grow up being so playful. Even in school, we tend to try different things. We're not afraid of getting messy. We get into, puddles and mud, and we really truly enjoy connecting with nature and trying things new and growing ourselves. And that's how we grow up. But as we grow up, then a lot of things kind of start shaping us. Our parents will tell us not to do something. Our siblings might tell us not to do something. Our friend might advise us not to do something because something didn't work out for them. And all these people are trying to tell you something because they truly care about you, and they don't want to see you fail. They don't want to see you get hurt and all that. And the society shapes us into who we are as well. There's the societal norm. This is the right way to do things. This is the wrong way to do things, and all these things. And yes, we need to, have certain way of kind of accepting what's around us and being conscious about it. But you shouldn't stop yourself from being who you are. And that I feel like we forget as we grow older, because we have so much fear in us. We have fear of trying things new. We don't know how change is gonna be, how the new results is gonna be. And without knowing the unknown, we then get the fear of the unknown. And then we have the fear of what other people will think about us, what other people will talk about us, what other people will say if we do these things. There's so many things that we fear of, even without actually doing it and knowing 100% that will be the case. There's so many times even I have went through when I will be like, oh, if I do this, this will happen. And I anticipate even without trying it. And then what happens when you actually do it, it doesn't work that way. It's actually so much better, and things are so much smoother than you expected. And you're like, oh, what was I afraid of? Like, why was I thinking it's gonna go wrong? And then you learn. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, but there are so many wins I have got because I went out of the box. I went out of my comfort zone, and I did it anyway. And then I figured that it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And obviously I'm not perfect, and I still have those things that I'm fearing. But I'm learning to face my fear and work towards what I want, because that's when you can figure out your true self. Some of the practices that you can do to kind of develop that is, yes, you can do affirmations, daily affirmations, telling yourself, because our thought form, our mind is basically a reflection of what the physical world will look like. So when you start putting all these negativity and all the fear in your thought form, and that's what you are creating in your physical world as well. So instead of doing that, do positive affirmations, and do tell yourself, even if you have a fear, turn that story around and say, but what if this happens and it works out? And turn it around in a positive way and see how things work out for you. Because the minute you put that positivity in your thought form where you had the fear, and you start looking at things in a different lens, in a different way, then things don't seem that bad, and you can try it. So that's one way of doing it. The other things is doing practices, as I always mention, doing yoga, you doing meditations. Those kind of build your vessel, and when you start building yourself, you start believing in yourself more, and you feel more confident. And I have witnessed that personally in my personal experience as well. And doing yoga, you know, we can talk about yoga for like hours, because that's how beautiful yoga is. And if you are already doing yoga, see if you're doing it consciously, because a lot of people do yoga as a physical fitness, physical stability, physical strength, which is good. It is, it does give you strength and flexibility and stability. That's what yoga is about. But it's also a connection of your mind, body, and spirit. And when you know, and a lot of people say that, and a lot of people talk about that, but then when they actually practice it, they focus on the physical aspect of it. So if you're already practicing yoga, or if you're not and you want to try it out, focus on obviously building the form. So you want to make sure you're doing the poses correct, and focus on that physical aspect of it. But once you have the form, also focus on doing it consciously. And when I say doing it consciously, I mean focus on what's getting activated when you're in a certain pose. Where is the energy coming from? When you're putting your feet down and your hands down on the ground, do you feel the earth energy coming towards it? Are you receiving the energy? When you're putting your hands up, are you receiving the energy from the universe? Those kind of things. Be conscious about every poses you're doing and see what's getting activated, where the energy is flowing. And when you actually start being conscious about it, you would feel much different than just doing physical yoga. So when you're doing consciously, you feel the true connection. And through yoga, you can actually find yourself, because it's a union within yourself. It's a union between mind, body, and spirit, which is a union of the higher soul, basically. And when you truly do it on a daily practice with conscious, so do it consciously, then you can truly find who you are. So you can start building a vessel, start building your confidence, getting out of fear, and be playful. So many poses that you're not able to do, it's okay to fall. When we were young, we fell, we got up, yes, we got hurt, but we forget about it and we try doing it again. But when we are older, we tend to have more fear of falling and breaking our bones, especially if you have broken it already. Me personally, I have that fear because I have broken my elbow, and then I don't want to break it again. So if you have those broken bones in your body, then you just want to make sure you're careful about it. But you can still build yourself. Like I'm slowly building myself that way as well. So obviously you know your body better, work with it. But I just wanted you to know that there's different levels of yoga when you're actually in it. When you're actually doing it, it's not just the physical aspects of it. So that's one way of building the confidence, getting out of your, because when you actually start building a confidence that way physically, when you work out that way, and if yoga is now for you, even other physical exercises, whatever you do, when you build yourself, you actually get more confidence, and you are more willing to try something that you're fearful, when you have this confidence and strength in your body. So these are just some tips. There's obviously, I can talk about this for hours, as I said earlier, but I hope these are some little things that you can try out for yourself to get out of that fear zone and find your true self. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please click the like button, share this video with others. And if you're new to my channel, please click the subscription button and notification button, as I'm very determined to creating weekly videos for you guys to really live the best version of yourself. Until then, namaste.